Good morning, good morning, St. Kitts and Nevis. Good morning to the Leeward Islands. Good morning to the OECS. Good morning, Caribbean. Hey, while we're at it, we might as well say good morning to the entire world, the entire university, uni, the entire galaxy, the everyone who is listening wherever. Well, I've heard the argument that we may have people or beings living in space. So if you are and you're picking up winnfm 98.9, a pleasant good morning to you. How are you doing? And we're hoping that you've had a wonderful day so far. And boy, today is Thursday, and the time flies really fast. Today is what, the 12th? Shoo, the 12th. We're already closing in half of March. And I remember when I said on the 1st of January that the year was almost ended. I got a little stick, and then poof, just like that. January, which was to be the slowest month of the year, went by whoosh, so quickly. And then the shortest month of the year, February, followed it. And now March, it's almost time to say goodbye to March. And good morning to you, listeners. Welcome to another edition of Island Tea here on winnfm 98.9. And just in case you're joining us for the first time for this week, the first time for the last week, and the 9 days week last week and this week, we say welcome. And in case you're wondering, yes, you've got the right station. You've got 98.9 FM. I am Troy Biff Mills, and no, this is not the On the Ball Sports Show. What happened? The quintessential one, Quint, or Q as some people may know him, he is on holidays. He is on vacation, a much needed vacation. Quint works really hard, and I'm glad he was able to get some R&R. I'm hoping that he's enjoying nature, taking in some of the coconut water, the mango not in season, so cucumber juice, whatever that he enjoys, and he is really being boosted up. And when he is ready to come back, which would be, is it next week Friday or the following Monday, somewhere there, but he'll come back full of energy and ready for whatever challenges may come his way. I thank you for joining in on Island Tea this morning, and I'm going solo. I'm doing it alone. Cartencia, the lovely Cartencia, she is not going to be in this morning. So we nonetheless say, hey, good morning, Cartencia. How are you? We hope you enjoy your day off as it were. And of course, we have, according to Bob Marley, so much things to say right now. We got so much things to say, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to have the conversations structured, centered around, if you will, about whatever presentations that may come forward, rather than having discussions up and down all over, actually. And we have quite a few things on the table. And of course, you could introduce topics. It's not limited to what we want, what we are thinking. The program is really your program. However, we are hoping that you'll confine your comments, your suggestions, your ideas to perhaps, should I say, the hot topics of the day. And just in case somebody listening, they may not have had the chance to hear the news last night. So it's an idea of bringing them to you. And in case you want to make a point, you can call us 466-0989, 466-0989. That's within the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. If it's in the Caribbean, of course, you prefix that with 1869. And to our UK listeners, you can call us at 033-344-0065, 033-344-0065, and in the North American region, in the US of A, 718-285-6984, 718-285-6984, and in Canada, you can call 305-921, 461-9, 305-921, 4619. And of course, we are streaming live on YouTube and live on Facebook. So you can get us there as well, and you can leave your comments, and I'll try my utmost best to toggle between here and there and see how best we do it. And of course, in case you don't have access to Facebook or YouTube, you can send me a WhatsApp 765 1100 765 1100. My other WhatsApp number 668 2055. It is not working at the moment. I'm hoping by sometime, well, on the weekend, next week, God's Spear, we'll have it up and running. Hey, oh, ouch, ouch. The switchboard is off and kicking. Let's go to the line and say good morning to this caller. Good morning, caller. Welcome to Island T. You're live on winnfm 98.9.
Good morning, Biff.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. I called in early because there's some stuff that I need to get done. I wanted to make sure I had the opportunity. Breaking last night, I would say breaking, right, was the premier's. The premier essentially gave us an idea of how he views, first of all, the promotional efforts of Destiny, and as well as how or what he expects to happen with the approval of the project. In terms of how he views views the promotional effort, he gave a very spirited defense of it, right? Basically saying that, well, if you can't, you're not supposed to give or take bread from somebody's mouth if you can't give them biscuit. That's one of his favorite themes. And he was urging divisions to take up the opportunity of the $100 a month for each of them, and essentially forgetting everything else. In other words, how I describe it is it's a buying a pig in a bag, because we don't know exactly the details of the project. We know what was said at the beginning, and what was said at the beginning made it so objectionable to quite a number of people, because basically what it was doing had the potential to make divisions a minority in their own land, and also the fact that there's going to be some very well-heeled people with high net worth, very wealthy people. We know that wealth follows money.
Money go where money is.
Or you can put it another way: wealth follows power, or power follows money. Whichever way you want to put it. And so you have an enclave with that number of people. It's something for people to really scratch their head about. But it's clear that he's gung-ho on it. And how he viewed what the approval should look like, he is basically saying that the project has been approved by the NIA based on the current SSC legislation. So whatever happens after should not affect the current details of the project as is. And I find that very, very, well, it's very alarming, for one. I think they're going to put him at odds with the Prime Minister, who, as you know, said that they had this ad hoc committee to strengthen the legislation. But Brantley is saying you can't have existing legislation, have a project based on existing legislation, and then say that, well, you are going to now inflict any new changes on that project. And I think that I find that that is going to be a hard proposition, I think, for the federal government to accept. I don't know legally if that is so, if that is actually so. Basically saying they have a project based on the law, and it should be approved based on that project, on what the law says at the current time, not on what is to come. So that is going to be an interesting fight there. Okay, but um, it's 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 left to be seen what is going to happen to well, what divisions are going to say about this, because it's almost as if you're saying the ends justifies the means. Well, the thing is, not only don't we know that the ends don't always justify the means, if ever, because you can have some very terrible consequences for the ends in the first place, and the means can themselves produce some really terrible consequences themselves. Okay, so um, we expect, and I agree with him when he said it's going to be up to divisions, but divisions should be informed about what they're getting into, and right now they don't. All they know is the snippets that have come before, with the 10,000 families that they want to um, to locate there, and we know that those kinds of consequences. One of the things he also said was that, well, you know, you can criticize, but bring alternatives. And the thing is, and he also did what he normally do, which is compare the advent of the Four Seasons say. But we know that this is not a Four Seasons. It's nowhere on that scale. It's a much bigger scale. Okay, so I thought that was disingenuous of him to do that, right? But there are indeed alternatives, as I pointed out, because I called into his show, first time for a long time. And we all know that the Federation is one of the top countries in the Caribbean region. And we did that without things like an SSD, all right? So there are alternatives, there are innovations like the CDI and so on, and of course you can bring other things. It's just for us to, I guess, sort them out. And so they should not give the impression that, well, it's the Destiny project, or everything crashed, because that is definitely not so. Okay, so like I said, it's going to be very interesting in the next couple of days, because he's obviously expecting a signature very early on this Destiny project. And I don't, from all appearances, from what the Prime Minister have been saying, that's not coming like next week or next month. So we'll wait and see what happens. Okay, now.
Before you slip off, caller, you made several interesting points. Well, though you may have been quoting, you said the Premier said that you cannot have a new agreement after something has been signed and agreed to, etc. So the Parliament went in and passed whatever legislation for the SSC, and agreements were made. Everything has been done. It's just to get
that, yes.
Based on that agreement, whatever it was.
Based on that legislation.
Yes,
yeah.
and the legislation, whatever it was, good or bad, but it was based on that. So to now go and say, hey, we're going back in and change it, perhaps it could have catastrophic results, because lawsuits and etc. etc. And to me, I'm not the brightest scholar in the world, but to me there is some merit in it. If we agree that, hey, I'm going to give you $500 every other month or whatever, provided you do ABC. Once we've signed off on that agreement, I can't come and say, well, no, I'm only going to give you $450, or you have to do A, B, C, and D. No, unless
that's exactly the example he used. But being the lawyer he is, he also made it clear that he has not signed off on anything. It's just that they are in favor of the proposals that the Destiny developers submitted based on the existing law, right? and but what's strange is to go from that to saying that, and therefore they expect approval of that project as was submitted, not on any strengthening of that law.
But do you believe,
I just
Carla, do you believe we, petitions and divisions residents in the Federation, we are really being given the entire story, the story in totality, however you want to put it? Everything is being laid on the table before us. Do you believe that?
absolutely not.
So then the question is, why not?
Exactly, and that's what I asked him. That's why I told him that if the project is so good, then it should sell itself. They should not have to do the extreme
$100
stuff
US
that they're doing.
per person.
Yeah, which I mean, borders on bribery. Okay, you should not have to do those kinds of things. The project would sell itself, right? And so, this hiding from us is, I think, really, and he admitted it, that yes, we don't know all the details of the project, but his defense was, again, which was surprising and not really a defense, because his defense was, well, did you know about details of the Christoph Harbor project before it was done, right? They didn't know about Fort Thomas before it was started. Now, that defense is not a defense, because what it basically says is, if something was wrong because there's a precedent, I mean, you can continue doing something wrong. And that, I don't know how anybody could accept that as a valid defense. Okay? You try to improve on things as you go along. And so if it is that we should know about these things in advance, because as you know, they always have consequences for the future. And so the more we know, the better it is. The more we know, the more informed our decision making could be as to whether or not we like what's happening. But to tell us to accept a pig in a bag is not good enough. That's not how a transparent, open government operates. Okay, and pointing to bad practices in the past, and apparently continuing, because I mean, the Fort Thomas Hotel, for instance, is very recent. The fact that they're continuing is no excuse for future considerations. It's a strange argument to make, I find. Yeah.
But you said something, Carla, that has me a little concerned. If I'm remembering correctly, did you say that the Premier said he doesn't know all the details? Was it that?
No, he admitted that the public does not know all the details.
The public. Oh,
right.
because
And
if
so
it was...
But he was saying that, well, the public didn't know all the details in Christoph Harbor or Fort Thomas Hotel, etc. Okay? That's his reasoning, which...
Oh, I see. So because something bad or improper happened the last time or some time ago, we should we should continue along that line.
Yeah, that is what I find really strange.
I mean, I don't know, Carla.
I was really surprised when he said that.
I really hate it when anybody, try to disrespect my level of intelligence. I'm not the most intelligent person in the world, but certain common sense things you would expect. Why not? I can't try this on my people. I can't try this on Peter, Paul, or whoever. And for something like that, I mean, come on, give me a break. But again, I'm going to use my mantra, my road march. I agree with him. Why? When we allow politicians to keep doing us things and we just sit back and maybe grumble in a corner and we do nothing about it, why should they stop? They are getting it work. So why should they really stop?
Well, that's a cynical way of looking at things.
But it's ridiculous, Carla.
Yeah, but to say, well, it's working, so why? Or it's working, so why fix what isn't broken? Because they get away with it.
But right? How else are you going to treat it?
Huh?
How else are you going to deal with it?
Well,
And especially when a reference is going to make, well, you didn't know all the details about Christopher Harbour and it went through XYZ, XYZ.
yes, right, yes, and but what I'm saying is that we expect leadership leadership to be more, um, shall we say, visionary than that. I mean,
Yes,
they see
trustworthy,
what is wrong when they before they
transparent.
got into power, but when they get in there, they do the same things. And that is the strange thing I find with our politicians here.
So when is it
Right?
going to
They
stop?
know everything that's wrong when they're out of power. But as soon as they get in, everything that was wrong now becomes convenient for them to do. That's not good enough.
But when
Right?
does
That
it
is not what
stop?
people expect. Hey, when does it stop? It stops
When do
it
we
stops.
stop it as a people?
Well, we have don't we have an election? We're not a dictatorship,
Hmm.
right? The thing is for people to remember these things when election time comes around, and when they come around to campaign, you ask them about it and put them on the spot,
Hmm.
right? It's for the opposition as well to bring these things to the fore. And to be quite honest, Biff, if the opposition don't do that, what conclusions are you to draw? That they're going to do the same thing. If they are quiet, they're the opposition that is supposed to hold government accountable. And they are quiet on these things. What are the voters to think? Right? So we should be very careful. I mean, ask the hard questions. We should be asking them now.
Hmm.
But if you're too busy with your daily routine and so on and don't have time for politics, as they call it, um, then when it is time to do politics like vote, you have to do so with a very clear idea of what you're voting for, who you're voting for, what you expect, what your
Why you're
expectations
voting
are.
for
Yes,
that way?
those kinds of things, right?
But hence, Carla, that is why perhaps some persons do not go out and vote. Abba is no different from Saba. So why should I go? And I just stay home. But there are
Well,
persons who are
the
going to
answer
go
to
out
that, the answer
anyway.
to that, the answer to that is simply if you don't vote against what you don't like, you're basically allowing it to continue.
I
Right?
agree with
Why
you.
why reward? So you why reward somebody who is not meeting your expectations?
I agree
By just saying,
100%.
ain't no difference because those coming in gonna do the same. Well, at
A
least,
vicious circle.
but you're not absolutely sure, eh? But you're sure of what you have. And
Mm.
you're sure they're not meeting your expectations, so why keep them?
Well,
Right? Bring in another set, and again, it goes back to my mantra, which is you change and you change again until you get the change you want. That's the only. That's the
but
only answer.
if you're changing from A to B and B to A and A to B and B to A, will you ever get the change you want?
How do you know? How do you know that A, having been there, might realize that well, um, we've messed up, right?
Hmm.
And well, you can't be sure that if they were there before and messed up, that they'll mess up again. You might people
We don't
learn
know.
from mistakes, don't they?
We don't know. But
We don't know.
okay,
Right.
so I like where you're going. So you vote for me for whatever period I messed up, and the people now vote for you, and you messed up. And now my record is one of messing up. So
Well, okay,
where do we go?
but remember,
Mhm.
remember too, right? That we have a 5-year period.
Hmm.
We have a 5-year period. Okay. Now I agree, since we don't have any recall um, features in our constitution and so on, that you can do a lot of damage in 5 years.
Correct.
Okay. But you could do more damage in 10.
Correct.
So if you do damage in 5, why leave it there to do more damage for the next 5?
So at the end
At
of the
least you go for somebody else. Because you see, yes, I agree, it sounds like a cycle.
it
But
is
at some point,
in my view.
right, we as generations come and go. don't you think, even if it's incremental, don't you think there'll eventually be some kind of change? Because you see, if we don't change, we're going to eventually be left behind here as other people change.
I agree.
Right. So we should always go for that change. We should always be driving change. We should always be looking for renewal. You know?
But it is a vicious circle, catch-22, whatever you want to call it. And it is a sad situation.
It is sad.
It therefore means when we go to the polls, we're not going to vote for the better party or the better candidates. Or we're actually voting for the lesser of the evils.
We're choosing
the lesser of the evils.
Yeah, and that's really sad.
And it's sad. It is sad. And perhaps that is one of the reasons why countries are not more advanced than they are. Yes. And perhaps I might get some licks for this.
That is why we have so much wars too.
I might get some licks for this, caller. But I believe they're perhaps a third party. And I've said it when it comes to the U.S. as well. Going between Democrats and Republicans, and you're just twisting whether it's a 2-1, 2-1 or 2-2-2 or however, whatever the formula is, it's a similar situation. Maybe a third party coming in and putting something in the bull ring may change. You know, they use the word may change up something.
I mean, you're seeing what effect that has had. I mean, when you have, for instance, a collection of parties coming together.
Exactly.
They have a moderating influence too, right? You know, so it's not no one party dominating. And
exactly.
You think, of course, you think that would be the answer, except that we also know what could happen in situations like that when somebody do some overreaching.
Exactly. Okay? But caller, I really appreciate your input, and very thought-provoking, very educational, and it shows a deficiency with the people. And well, another point I needed to make, because I have to go to a break, is the fact that you mentioned 5 years, but it is said that our memory span is just the last 9 days, the last 14 days in some instances. And hence, that's why politicians will come and give you a fridge and a stove and a TV and $1,000 today, and then you forgot everything that happened 4.5 years ago, 5 years ago.
Because that's on us.
Oh yeah, I agree. But thanks a lot. I'm going to a break. I appreciate it. And before I go to a break, let me take this caller. Caller, thank you. Oh, I was a little slow, and my apologies, caller. Could you please call back? We appreciate hearing from you. But let us go to a break, and we will be right back here on Island T.
Is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
You're listening to Win FM 98.9. That's the radio station. Island T is the program.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake. I come in Tuesday around 10. No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, hover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are any exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
This message is sponsored by the Australian Government, AusAid, and produced by NEMA in collaboration with WinFM.
Basta! We run things, things are on we. Basta! Basta! Living color, do it differently. Basta! Basta! Large and in charge, like for the party. Basta! Basta! We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
7 flavors, best taste, Basta, bolder, better, better. Pick your color.
We set the pace, then everybody
This is not a drill. Liat Air's 30-day advance sale is live right now. We're talking prices so low, you'll think we made a mistake. Spoiler alert, we did it. Want to visit Barbados? Say hello, Barbados. Dreaming of St. Lucia? Say hello, St. Lucia. Ready for Antigua? Say hello, Antigua. Here's the deal. Book your flight 30 days in advance and pay ridiculously low fares to any destination in our Caribbean network. That's it. No gimmicks, no catches, just incredible savings. But here's the thing, seats are filling up fast, like last Roti at Lunch Fast. So what are you waiting for? Your Caribbean getaway is just 30 days away and is more affordable than ever. Visit www.flyliatair.com. Call 1268-713-5428 or see your travel agent today. Book 30 days ahead and save big. Liat Air, pride of the Caribbean.
Do you want to know what's happening in sport? Tune into On the Ball, a weekly tour show which is on WinFM 98.9 every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. with me, your host, Troy Biff Mills. We will keep you on the ball with our variety of guests and, of course, your calls, discussing the facts and the stats and sharing your opinions. Get on the ball and stay on the ball by tuning into On the Ball with Troy Biff Mills on WinFM 98.9 every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. and also on Facebook and YouTube. Be on the ball. Welcome back to Island Tea here on WinFM 98.9. I'm Troy Biff Mills in the hot seat this morning, and my Hortensia, my co-host, the host, she's not available today, so I'm going to try to do it alone.
Hello?
We have a caller on the line. Good morning, caller. Welcome to Island Tea.
Good morning to you, sir, and your audience, and peace to all coming from constituency number 7.
Thank you very much, sir.
David Pell. I just called to say one thing, is that when it comes to the politics, as you say, it's not all of the same. And you know what? You will never know what I can do unless you give me the chance.
True.
Nothing beat a child but a failure.
Correct.
And I know the team that the People's Action Movement has now, we are working hard to make sure the people of Kingston benefit.
Caller?
Because,
Caller?
yes, sir.
Caller, and we have to be careful how we try. I don't want it to come off as if I'm allowing you to campaign. So
No,
I'll prefer you take a different slant on that. I understand what you're saying. However,
okay.
I prefer to be safe than sorry, please. And thank you very much for understanding.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. With the project, the issue at hand that we're discussing, in particular, our party will have made a stance on it because we are saying the interests of St. Kitts and the people must come first. And you know our stance on it. And at least there was certain, because of our party would have spoken out, there was some consideration of making changes. I'm sure you understand that because they had town hall meetings about it. But our interest is about that. Today, according to the Act, I was looking for it again to have the physical copy to go before you. But you know it is. But the act is clear. It's a federal act. So I want our people to understand. Today is Nevis, tomorrow is St. Kitts. And therefore we have to understand is that our people should know our history. Just last month was Black History Month. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Right,
yes,
right?
sir. Most correct.
Right. So what I'm saying, we shouldn't forget, because if we forget sometime even politically, if we forget our history politically, and culturally and everything, we could go back to where we started. And therefore, we should have our best interest of our land for our generation and our generations to come. Remember, there's nothing wrong with development. Let me give you a few examples. Just the other day, I do show you remember with Mr. Mauricio going down to Ramada. You see the situation there. We have to realize it's not all the time we had access to the beaches all the time, at least in St. Nevis, you know that. Most of the these settlements were inland. Now we have full control of these things. We should take recognition of them and realize, hey, we can benefit our people with it. And that is why let me keep away from what you mentioned. That is why our party is for the economic development of our people, our nation. We have no problem in foreign investors come, but we have to look at the type of investors and the type of investment. We have to ask, what are we going to get from it? Are we so low that we believe, and the term US dollar, it might sound as if a US dollar is a lot, but remember, the exchange rate is just $2.70. Do you catch where I'm coming from?
Yes.
We still have to understand and weigh, are we that cheap? And I believe
that's a question, caller. Somebody asked earlier in the week.
I believe our people are better than that, because how many persons, if you remember batter, you remember the shoe store batter?
Yes, sir.
A lot of the younger person wouldn't know.
Of course not.
How many people used to look down on batter shoes and they used to, you understand where I'm coming from? Nobody wanted it cheap.
Well,
now you're going to tell me. No, go ahead, sir, go ahead.
When I went to primary school and perhaps earlier high school, batter shoes were the order of the day for me. As a matter of fact, I can remember my mom winning 12-inch, 13-inch black and white TV because she went in the summer to buy a pair of batter speed rights, especially if it's the uppercut. And they called her the Monday and told her that they had a draw and she had won the first prize, which was a black and white TV. So that was the first time I saw TV. So I'll always remember batter speed rights.
Right. And remember now, we have certain things around the world that we don't talk about that could affect us. The wars in different places, hurricanes that we have, cost of living. I hope our government, because our party is not in the government now, but people to control. But we have policies to control. So I'm not going to go too much in that, as you said. So I just want to let people know. The reason why I'm calling in is to let people know there's hope. But for us at this time to recognize $100 is nothing. Not even $1 million right now is nothing. I mean, you should know the cost of living for houses and so forth. That gone.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
I was going to ask the caller. Okay, $100 can't cut it. What in your view could cut it as a monetary payment, monetary enticement, inducement? I don't know. Whatever word.
Let me ask you a question, sir, and I'm going to answer you by answering your question. Do you ever heard life has no value in it?
Repeat, please.
Life has no value in it. And even you in your expertise, you will say, well, look, I'm some person with the expertise, but you cannot really pay me for my let's say, knowledge and wisdom about certain things.
Correct. But there are businessmen who believe that everyone has a price.
And that is why they come with their price for us. Our nation is better than that. Our nation is bigger than that. Remember, the decisions we make today can affect our generation down the road. And if that is why I tell you, because you're on the program more often than I do. So if you read the act, you will realize certain things for the act. And as a federal person, and like I was trying to mention yesterday, to explain to persons with a better understanding what is happening here, there is nobody in saying it's in government who control, according to the Constitution, have maximum or full control over the lands in Nevis from a parliamentary point of view. But there are persons from Nevis, as long as they sit in the federal parliament, you see where they're coming from? They have control of the lands in Nevis. I'm not trying to cause division. I'm just saying, for persons, when people think that, people in saying it's trying to prevent Nevis from getting developed, that's not the case. The case is we are one country. And if I cannot speak for the interests of the persons in other part of my country, it just happened to be Nevis. It could have been in Sandy Point. Because I want to talk about what happened at Ramada. It shouldn't happen. Our people should be free to walk freely throughout this country. It never used to happen before. And we're going to go back and let that happen again? It shouldn't be.
There's a saying, caller, those who forget their history, they are doomed to relive it.
And I do not want my people to forget it. And this is why you hear me come on something. I keep talking about the history of my country, even the political history of my party, even so people could understand what I'm saying. Because we will make the same mistake over and over again. And just like how there might be an argument about some of the countries in Africa were responsible or participated in the full activity of slavery, our children, our grandchildren will say we also participated in the depriving them and putting them in a worse off situation as if they're back in some kind of situation that should not ever happen in the first place. I don't even want to call the word.
Mm.
And that is why I am calling on our people to recognize money is not everything. If we say we believe in God, and the scripture, they say the love of money, not money, no. Money is not the root of all evil.
The love.
The scripture said the love of money, because that means you will sell your own parents, your own children for money. And let us open our eyes and realize, does this recognize what we're doing? Does this really value? Should we give away such vast? I'm not saying the development should come, but to feel it off and to, as what the proposal said, but there are two different things here, right, in play. The act and the project. Now, some persons might say do not mix the two, but you know what? They were advertising it and saying what it's going to be.
But what about the Constitution?
The Constitution speaks of certain, and that is why I mentioned that, okay, I'm not on the radio all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But you do. I know you're a good guy. I know you not only a good guy. I know you very well, and you know me very well.
Thank you very much for the vote of confidence.
You have the ability to do your research, because it's not all the time persons who could express themselves in the law or in the Constitution might be there. But for now, you're there asking. So you might be able to come and give bits and chips. And a person like me, my capacity as a political person is to also stimulate this sort of person so they could understand, hey, if you do your research, do not take it from me, because I do not want anybody to say, because I'm a politician, I'm pushing things down their throat. But when they go and do the research for themselves, even if they need clarity, they will come and call and say, Biff, you did. I read this in the Constitution. I read
30 seconds, caller, please.
On what they're saying, and based on what they're saying, I need clarity. But you catch me just where I'm coming from.
Yes,
so
yes.
all of us now would have a better understanding of what we are facing. And when persons are saying, we're not saying we have an issue with it, but the way it is presented
10
itself.
seconds.
And, okay, so I just want to thank you for giving me the time to express this here. And I just want you to know you're doing a good job there. And if you could help the other persons to get that information, even have some person there to discuss it, at least we wouldn't make the same mistake that our persons would have made back there. As you said, if we don't know what past, it could happen again. So God bless you. God bless St. Nevis, but most importantly, God bless Constitution number 7. And God bless us all, give us strength. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you very much, caller. And based on your suggestion yesterday, caller, I actually went and I got a copy of the act. It's 10 pages, and it's number 21 of 2025. Special Sustainability Zones Authorization Act of 2025. I haven't had a chance to read it, and we're going to go to the line and say good morning to this caller. Thank you for... Okay, we missed that one. There was a song, miss one, catch the other. Let's see if we could catch... Wow. Biff, you got to do better than that, Biff, man. That's 2 calls you missed back to back. Am I going to miss a third? No. Good morning, caller. Thank you for calling into Island T. You're live and lively.
Yeah, good morning, Biff, man. Good morning to you and the listeners.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Pretty good. Let me get a housekeeping question out the way. Is WinFM broadcasting on the highest level of volume? You know, most times I know that there's been a lot of complaints about the volume, right? Me personally, if there is space to increase your guys' volume on the broadcasting level, you should look into that, because I've been straining to hear you guys, man, in my headphones. But I compare you to a lot of other stations there in the Federation, Freedom FM, and when the ZIZ had the program On the Edge. Those other programs will be coming through a little bit louder to me.
And that's on Facebook, YouTube,
yes,
on the computer, online?
All platforms.
Okay, I'll refer it to my technical team. Thank you very much for your feedback. We do appreciate it. Because our job is to serve you.
Even since you're here, you heard complaints about volume, right?
Yes, I've seen it once or twice, and we do appreciate it. But we're gonna have our technical team look at it. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's move forward. St. Nevis is one country, one federation, only separated by 2 miles of water. Me, I'm proposing, and I'm seeing that we are not moving, you know, in that we're not moving collectively as a unit as we should. Even in somebody's utterances, you'll hear somebody say St. Kitts all the time, but they would never put Nevis' name on there. You know, me
Politicians make
personally,
that mistake too, caller.
yes, yes, and then they will not really refer to Sinkis and Nevis as the Federation of Sinkis and Nevis. So I'm proposing for Sink that when we say I'm from Sinkis Nevis, bottom line. So they have some words they call compound words. I think there may be at least about three compound words. One is open, one is closed, and one is hyphenated.
Can I
This
ask
is
a
the idea
question,
for
please,
me.
caller? You just said
Yeah, go ahead.
take out the and. Did you
Yes.
say leave off Nevis? Was it that you said?
No, 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 no. Remember my original stance. We have to think it's Nevis.
Okay, can I
We,
jump in
we,
here? When I
go
was
ahead.
when I was the director of culture, I got castigated good and plenty. I think, but a lot of us have been saying Saint Kitts Nevis. I've seen Saint Kitts dash Nevis. I've seen Saint Kitts slash Nevis. But based on what she said, it's Saint Kitts and Nevis. And I know even
Yeah.
national associations, they have it as Saint Kitts hyphenated Nevis or Saint Kitts slash Nevis. So
Guess what happened? She might have been in her right to say that at that particular time because the and is there officially. But once we make this change, then she won't be able to debate that. We need to make
but
the
then
change official.
this slash sometimes according to how it's used, doesn't it signify basically an option, left hand slash
Well,
right hand, meaning that you
well,
could use your left hand or right hand.
what I'm proposing is whichever way we want to go with it. If the majority says this way and they put it into effect officially, then that's what it becomes.
But
And then
majority,
all of the
but
other,
Carla,
and all of, and all of
majority
the
doesn't
other
mean
bills,
right, does it?
no, not
We are
really.
a
But
democratic country, but majority doesn't mean right.
but guess what? When you pass a law like this SSD law we're talking about, you see all the kickback
Mhm.
we're getting, right? So what happened is, no matter how much we kick back and we kick back, the SSD is a law now, and it has to be followed.
Can a law be
And
repealed?
yes, of course. And as you see, the premier is frustrated, but he too now got to follow that framework, that law. You see what I'm saying?
But can it be said that he brought about some of the frustrations upon himself by
Of
the
course.
way it was handled, putting perhaps the horse, how is it, putting the cat before the horse, and
Yes, of
trying to
course.
close the gate
He's,
after the
I,
horse is
men-
bolted?
yes, I mentioned that already earlier this week or last week. He seconded the motion in Parliament.
Good point.
So now that he might be he might say he's not frustrated, but I can see the frustrations. He may say he was talking about that not being invited to the C50, right? Biff, you don't talk about something unless it's on your mind. So when he's talking about it, he has it on his mind. It's like a grievance coming from him. So let's get that out of the way real quickly and move forward before other people start calling in. Biff, there's another thing that I oppose in, right? There's a legislation that seems to be discriminatory to me. It's blocking some persons from citizens from putting their names on those citizens is pledging the allegiance to a foreign denomination. But underground, Biff, whenever our parliamentarians,
Call it
the Prime Minister,
30 seconds. We have some guests in a minute, so we have to go to some ads.
no problem. I'll wrap up real quick. So, Biff, I want you to check into this legislation, right? Because on the ground locally, when the politicians are being sworn in, they're pledging an allegiance to a foreign denomination, the monarchy.
10 seconds.
So it's discriminatory, and all I'm asking for these guys to do is revisit that, so that some persons
5
in the
seconds, caller,
diaspora,
please.
they are not just coming home to be voters, but they can have the right also to put their names on the ballots. And I'll leave it there. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, caller. We appreciate your listening and calling in. You're listening to Island T here on WinFM 98.9. And we thank you for listening, and we also thank you for calling in. We are going to go downtown, we're going to pay some bills, and we are going to be back in a flash. Stick and stay. Don't go away. We want to hear what you're thinking. We want to hear what is on your mind. So we will be right back in a second.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
¿Listo para jugar pale, quiniela y tripleta? Con el juego Caribbean Numbers puedes convertir tus números favoritos en grandes premios en efectivo, hasta $20,000. Por tan solo $1, elige tus números y juega a tu manera. Quiniela, pale o tripleta, el que tú prefieras. Acierta los números ganadores y gana efectivo. Es divertido y tan fácil como 1, 2, 3. Tus números a tu manera. Es tu momento. Siente la emoción en cada jugada. Disponible en cualquier agente del Caribbean Lottery en toda la isla. Debes tener 21 años o más para jugar. Por favor, juega responsablemente.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the doorway or any exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, don't want to run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
This message is sponsored by the Australian Government, AusAid, and produced by NEMA in collaboration with WinFM.
Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it. Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it.
You can dunk it, you lick it, you taste it, you spin it, you twist it, you can mix them all together. It don't get any better. You can dunk it, you lick it, you taste it, you spin it, you twist it, you can mix them all together. It don't get any better. Anytime, whatever time. It's tea time. Whatever time. It's tea time. Snack on a delicious tea time biscuit anytime. It's tea time.
Come, build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers. We don't just sell materials, we help you build your dreams. Whether it's a new home, a renovation, or a DIY project, we're here to make it happen. That's why we say, build with us. From foundation to finish, come to our stores where we have the best in building materials, hardware, tools, paints, expert advice, and more. Whatever you need, you can count on us. So if you're ready to get started, build with us. With Hostels Building and Nevis Centers, you're not just building a structure, you're building a future. Let us help you create something amazing. Dream with us, plan with us, grow with us, build with us. Come build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers today. Build with us at Hostels.
Good morning again. Good morning again. Welcome back to Island Tea here on WinFM 98.9. And we have a handsome young man and a beautiful lady in studios with us. Let us go live and say good morning. Welcome to WinFM 98.9 and Island Tea.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And how are you guys doing today?
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
Fantastic.
Oh, with those super smiles, man. I feel some warmth in the place. Now, could we have you introduce yourselves, please? And they say, ladies first.
Of course.
Okay, good morning again. My name is Miss Maxine, and I'm the chair for the Agriculture Open Day Committee.
My name is Leonard Lestrade. I'm in charge of logistics for the Department of Agriculture Open Day.
Thank you. And you said Department of Agriculture. We had some persons here, was it this week? Last week. And agriculture, a key part of the development and the sustenance of St. Kitts and Nevis. So why do we have the pleasure of having you two folks here today? You just passed back to say hi, hello?
Well, actually, we have our annual open day every year, and we're just here to bring awareness to the public of this year's open day. Open day is scheduled to be on the 30th of April, 1st of May. Those are the dates scheduled for this year, and this year we are going under the theme Cultivating Our Future with Innovative Technology on Land and at Sea.
Repeat that for me, please.
The theme for this year is Cultivating Our Future with Innovative Technology on Land and at Sea.
Cultivating our future with innovative technology on land and sea.
Yes.
I like the inclusion of technology, because everything today is about the technology.
Yes.
Who came
up with that theme? What was the inspiration behind it?
Well, we have a committee, and we somewhat, everybody put the ideas in there, and we take from one person idea, put with another, and we just come up with a theme based on, the ideas that come in. And today, technology is basically everything.
That is most correct. And could you give us an idea? You mentioned there's a committee. Could you give us an idea of the persons on the committee?
The committee consists of persons from the department as well as marine resources and the ministries end.
And I'll direct this to the gentleman. I remember back in 1989 or so, it was held, I think it was A&I, Agriculture and Industry, I don't know. But it's an art exhibition that was held in Warner Park. I remember in 89, and you've had it up at the Agriculture Department?
Yes, over the years, we used to have it at the Department of Agriculture grounds, but in the past this will be the third year since we have the open day at the new location, which is at the Bastia Valley Aquifer area. That is right next to the Heroes Park. So it has outgrown. The open day has got much bigger over the years, and the space at the Department of Agriculture grounds was too small. So we found a home, a permanent home for it. So, and it has been growing over the years since we have moved to that location.
I know you mentioned a permanent home. So don't you expect it to go to in such size and proportions that you may need to consider another venue?
The venue is quite big. It runs close to about 5 acres. And we have enough spacing to last us for a very long time, unless we have to get another 5 acres as it goes bigger. But but it's a reasonable size for the event. We have so many things happening on the ground that never really much used to happen at the department. So we have like a food court, we have a grill zone, we have kids zones, we have other places where you do horseback riding, comfortable horseback riding. We have displays by the Department of Agriculture and the Department of Marine Resources. We have the vendors who sells the nice produce, in a comfortable way. Everybody should able to walk anywhere on the grounds. They have those who come to sell their plants and small business zones and the large business zones. So we have so many happening at that one space, and we have enough space to accommodate much more people and much more things. So it's comfortable over there.
If I'm interested in being a vendor, what do I have to do?
Well, registration has commenced. By now, I could go on to the Department of Agriculture and register. We have farms up there at Lagrit. Also, the deadline for registration is on the 10th of April. So those who are listening, don't wait until the last day to try to rush to come start registering your for your spot at the Department of Agriculture open day venue ASAP. And I say ASAP.
I know you said there has been expansion, and obviously once we go into anything, we are expecting improvements and expansion. Anything that jumps out on you in terms of an improvement from last year over the previous year, in the first instance, and any improvements you're thinking about last year for this year?
Well, the last one we had was in October, so imagine that it came back that fast as we up to another open day. Anything you happen, any events you happen, you must have some challenges and you must pinpoint things for improvement. The most improved part of it is the layout. We have to make sure the layout for the vendors are comfortable. Everything is secure. Security is top priority over there to make sure that when the vendors come in, all the vendors, they have a self of mind of how we do things over there and how they could get their produce sold and what's not. So everything has been improved over the past few years. We know we had little hiccups here and there, but we have been doing a tremendous job, and the committee has been doing a fantastic job over the years.
If I were to say it, you have been doing an excellent job indeed. I have been there, and if I'm not mistaken, you had a section for the kids.
Yes.
A kid zone.
Yes.
How significant do you find that? Well, what caused you to think about that in the first instance, and how significant have you found that?
Well, as we go back to the Department of Agriculture grounds, we never really had a kid zone, and sometimes the children wants to have something to do after hours, after school. And the school do bring the children to the to the department I have to say my first open day was when I was in primary school. I remember when at the department, so I'm showing my age right now. But they took it upon, when we saw the size of the area, we took it upon ourselves to say, let's incorporate a kid zones for the children, because we normally have the bowl, we have those with bouncing castles, they have vendors who sell popcorn and cotton candy, and so we needed to put a space for the children, so when they're visiting during school hours and after school hours, they have something to do and some sort of enjoyment, including the horseback riding, because the horseback riding is right there by the kids zone also. It's strategically placed there for all the children to have fun in that one zone.
And I'll shift over to the lady now, if you don't mind.
Yes. Go ahead.
How challenging it is notwithstanding you've had it for how many years you've been doing it? Notwithstanding.
This is our 31st.
31st.
Yeah.
Well, how challenging is it to be putting this thing together?
Well, there's always challenges, as we say. In anything we do, we have challenges, but there's also ways to overcome some of the challenges. We don't get over all, but with everybody's contribution and help, we are able to at least pull it off and, have our open day and have the event be recognized and persons enjoy themselves as well.
The Prime Minister, he has been working on building bridges in the CARICOM region and further afield.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose a farmer from, Antigua or St. Martin approaches you and say, hey, I want to be part of that.
That's fine. They're welcome.
And any special application they'll have to make, or they just go online and use the normal one?
Well, for now, we don't have online registration for this year's open day. However, if they call the office, we can do the registration for them. Or if they have someone here who can register them, we can do that. It's okay.
When it comes to these events in St. Kitts, we like to go and park right next to the event. We don't like parking someplace and walking or being shuttled. What provisions do you have in place for traffic and the ease of traffic, as it were?
Okay, well, usually we have the police department and traffic department on board, and they will be on board this year. However, our logistic team will secure parking for vendors, for visitors to the event, as well as we'll have parking for vendors. So, the parking is at Connery Ground?
Yeah, normally the parking, yes. We know the assistance from the police. Mm-hmm. They normally put cones in front of where the ticketing area for the entrance area for the open day site. Mm-hmm. And normally the general public are advised to park down by the space where they have the environmental space, just a little down the road, down that area. And normally in the Connery area, where they have down by Scott Kane's area and all that stuff. But what happened is they tend to have basically come in front of the department's entrance area and park, but the police do put down cones, so if they decide to risk it, they might be ticketed doing that. So to advise everyone to park in the area, the area where the designated areas, which we are going to put out there where the designated parking area. Normally, what we would do is when the school children come, when the school children comes to the site, they normally hire buses, and we will be our provision to let the buses do a drop off right there for safety reasons. Because we don't want any drop off across the road and they have to walk school children to the entrance. So we normally put a drop off area for the school buses and hire buses who are bringing the school children. So this is something that we are basically being arranged at this moment.
You're listening to Island Tea here on winnfm 98.9. We have with us live in studio the Department of Agriculture, and we're going to go to a quick break and get back to them. Stick and stay. Don't go anywhere, and we will be right back.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Come, build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers. We don't just sell materials, we help you build your dreams. Whether it's a new home, renovation, or DIY project, we're here to make it happen. That's why we say, build with us. From foundation to finish, come to our stores where we have the best in building materials, hardware, tools, paints, expert advice, and more. Whatever you need, you can count on us. So if you're ready to get started, build with us. With Hostels Building and Nevis Centers, you're not just building a structure, you're building a future. Let us help you create something amazing. Dream with us, plan with us, grow with us, build with us. Come build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers today.
We want to mention the fee because last year, because the fee to enter into the event last year.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust to secure your investment. You need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us.
TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind. You're always safe with us.
Somebody do this thing too, you know. And I have this thing, so. So go back.
Welcome back to Island Tea here on WinFM 98.9, and we have with us live in the studios the Department of Agriculture, and they are promoting their open day, which happens, remind us of the dates again, please, and the venue.
30th April and 1st of May at the Bastille Valley Aquifer next to the Hughes Park.
Is it a free event?
No.
Could I just bring my 3 girlfriends and...
Okay, this year's event, we have children in uniform, they get to come in free. Once they're out of uniform, they pay $5 and adults at $10.
That is each day? So if
Each day.
So if I come and I say, hey, this is me, and I show you my ID and I come back tomorrow, do I get a discount?
Is your ID a vendor's ID?
No.
Okay. Okay, so then you'll have to pay.
I like the idea. And you touched, just before we went to the break, you mentioned you touched the traffic, because that is always a problem, and you have congestion. And I am of the view that 5 seconds of holding back, 5 seconds of patience could prevent minutes of delay and inconvenience. You have the right away. Sometimes you're giving it up to allow traffic to flow smoothly, and you take it and you're blocked up for a few minutes. Entertainment. We know young people, they love entertainment, and I think over the years you've had some big bands and things like that. How are you doing for entertainment this year?
Okay, on the entertainment end, on the Thursday, we'll be having DJ. We'll have DJ playing all day. We'll have EK, DJ Shaggy. They will be playing throughout the whole day from 9 to 8 p.m. We have that entertainment, as well as we'll have games. We'll have fun events where we'll have like one event that I'm excited to see is the sausage eating competition.
Sausage eating?
Yes.
Which one? The Vienna sausage?
So ladies, come to the front line. We'll have the sausage eating competition. We usually will have the watermelon eating competition, and that is on schedule as well, as once we have watermelons on the ground, because sometimes the crops are not readily available. We also have, from the crops end, we're going to have a garden. The guys are already working on the garden over there, planting up the stuff. And the vendors are allowed to come in and harvest the stuff, pay a little price, and take the stuff away. And then from Marine End, we'll have live lobsters in tank. You can come buy your lobster, choose your lobster live, and take your lobster away. We also will have, for the kids on the Marine End, we'll have fishing competition, fish and release. So there would be tanks with some little fish, and the kids can come and have fun. They see how much they can catch, and then they release them back.
How are they gonna be catching the?
They have little lines or
with hooks?
That will be provided. So they come and
Suppose they want to take the fish with them.
The fish would. By the time they leave, the fish would die.
Because I'm seeing them getting excited.
I know.
And involved in that.
I know.
But you mentioned sausage eating and
watermelon.
Bun. Have you entertained the bun? Have you ever tried the bun?
You know, just this morning I mentioned it to my colleague here. We can try and see if maybe on the Friday we can have something else. We're also trying to see if we can get enough corns available, so we'll have roast corn eating competition as well.
I haven't seen a roast corn in a little while.
Yes, so, we're trying to make it, each time we try to, make it a little different and more interesting, and try to keep people, involved and, get them to enjoy themselves. Also, what was I going to say? So also, besides the competition, the entertainment for the Friday, we'll have collision band. They will be playing from.
They'll be playing from 7 to
no, 8 to 10.
8 to 10. Sorry.
Yeah, 8 to 10. So we'll have collision band for entertainment on the Friday, as well as we'll have the DJs throughout the day. So it's a well-packed event and something for everyone to do. And yes, and of course we have Sugar Bowl will be hosting the event both days.
And you start in 9?
9 each day. The Thursday we go to 8, and on the Friday we go to 10.
Okay, I was going to ask that because I know I did hear 8 p.m. And I also know that it would have gone a little later.
Yes, last year we went a little later because we were celebrating our 30th anniversary. And, we wanted to do a little bit more for our 30th anniversary, where we had fireworks at the end, at midnight. We closed off the Friday night with fireworks last year. But this year we're going to 10.
You are going to 10 o'clock?
This year.
On the Friday.
Yes, on Friday.
On the Friday. It sounds like this is going to be real awesome.
It will be.
Would anything be streamed in terms of media coverage? Would you be doing any streaming?
We haven't decided on that aspect as yet. When it comes to the streaming, it's being discussed and worked on at the moment. So maybe in the next few weeks we should have
by the next program we can
have a answer and confirm answer on that.
One of the things I'm always amazed at these events is the variety of animals. Some animals I'm not too familiar with. I don't know where they come from, how they dig, how you get out.
The animals are local. They're actually reared locally.
Yeah, they do.
I think, was it last year before, I saw 2 or 3 species of peacocks.
Oh, yeah.
But these things are really beautiful.
We have local farmers who actually rear these animals. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention too. At the event, we'll also be selling fresh meat, so you can come and buy your fresh meat.
I was going to talk about rabbit. Rabbit meat.
And we'll have fresh fish on sale as well at the event.
Nobody touched the rabbit meat. So does that mean that
Well,
you're not going to be having tree mutton?
I'm not sure if any of the grillers will be putting some on their grills. I can ask.
And the tree mutton, the monkeys, as some people refer to it as tree mutton.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Normally when you have events, especially church events, I don't know if it means Christians love these more than anybody else, but the tree mutton and the rabbit, those are the meats. Whether it's barbecue, they normally sell our first.
Yeah,
we usually have rabbit meat on sale
and tree mutton.
I think we will have.
And the thing is that, and I understand what you said. That those meats does go the fastest. I tried tree mutton many years ago, and by the time I turned around for about 2 minutes, it was finished.
Wow.
Yeah, cause they had people was there actually line up waiting for the tree mutton and also the rabbit. So I would not be surprised if this is the case. But we'll have these things.
Chaos usually have
the
rabbit meat on sale.
yeah,
So.
and the tree mutton and all stuff.
Well, I was wondering if you'd be reluctant to try it because of the laxes here.
I tried it a couple times. So
well, we're just about winding up, and do you mind giving us the name of the event, the date, and any particulars that you would need to really be cemented by our listening audience?
Well, again, it's Agriculture Open Day 2026 under the theme Cultivating Our Future with Innovative Technology on Land and at Sea.
And it's the 31st.
And it's on the 30th of April and the 1st of May.
And it's the 31st edition.
31st edition. Yes, the 31st edition. The event will be held at the Bastia Valley Aquifer. That's right next to the Heroes Park in Connery, just about by the roundabout there on the Kim Collins Highway. Yes. Registration is now open, and registration will be closed on the 10th of April. Now, we know persons like to wait till last minute to rush in and register, and we're hoping persons would use this time to come and register, get themselves organized, so we don't have the rush and the delays that normally come with the last minute rush. Again, the children in uniform are free. Children out of uniform, they pay $5 and adults pay $10. And this price is decreased from last year's price, as we had so much planned last year. The price had raised a little bit last year, and it's now back down. So please take advantage of this cheap price where you can come and have a whole lot of fun.
Yes, and so much fun for that type of event.
Yes.
Running so much, almost about 12 hours of non-stop entertainment. And
it's all inclusive. Persons of all ages, anyone can come, and there's something for everyone. We have the flowers arrangement as well. They usually participate, as well as my colleague mentioned, the kids zone. We have caterers, we have grillers, we have persons who are interested in the aquatic fishes and stuff like that. Those would be there as well. And there's a whole lot. And, I encourage everyone to come out, bring the kids, bring the whole family, and have 2 days of fun with us on our Open Day site.
And remind us of our contact name and our number, just in case we want to register to be there. I'll seek some clarification. And of course, are you accepting donations by chance if somebody wants to make a donation to the event?
Sure, we are accepting donations. And the contact, we can be reached. Well, for me as the chair, you can reach me at 467-1826 or my cell 663-4947.
Remind of the name.
Miss Maxine. And
also,
or you can reach the administrative office. That's where the forms actually are. So you can go there. You can call the 467 1839. Yes. Or 1834.
And again, the venue.
Valley Aquifer.
The date.
30th and 30th April, 1st of May.
31st and the times.
Time 9 to 8 on Thursday, 30th, and 9 to 10 on Friday, 1st of May.
And of course, we cannot forget the entertainment.
And entertainment, collision band. We know the young people like the collision band.
Ike the Wheelwright.
Ike the Wheelwright.
DJ Shaggy.
DJ Shaggy.
And hosted by Sugar
and
Bowl.
Sugar Bowl, you know, Sugar Bowl will keep things lively as well. So we ask everyone to come out, enjoy yourself, do little shopping, you know, see the different animals, because, I mean, even for me, I saw some birds and stuff that I didn't know we have them here. So it's really exciting to see.
Vendors from Nevis.
They are welcome as well.
Have you had participation from
yes,
them over
we
the
do.
years?
Yeah, over
yes,
the years,
we do.
yeah. Vast amount too. A lot of vendors from Nevis. So I wouldn't be surprised by the time they hear this, they're starting to register. But we do have a vast amount of registrants all the time.
Well, this sounds like it's going to be pretty interesting, pretty exciting.
Yes.
And I can attest to that based on the various ones in the past. And it's something that even if you don't want anything to do, it's a place to go and just hang out and lie, meet your friends. There will be vendors selling drinks, selling food.
Yes, and we'll have a bar as well, a well-stocked bar as well.
So you could take out the lady friend or the girlfriend as a kid.
Yeah.
You're just on your line.
Yeah, and as I said, the food court, various vendors and the grill zone, the grillers. So you could stay there for the whole day until it finishes, and you wouldn't have to worry about it.
You guys have me salivating over here. I could taste the beauty of the food, how nice it tastes.
Yes,
and things
yes.
like that. So, congratulations on hosting this event.
Thank you.
Again, it's never easy. And also, congratulations on your expansion over the years, and which is something that we always work for. And it is a wonderful program, and I think everyone in St. Kitts and Nevis, and no doubt maybe some visitors might be coming in as well to experience it. So congratulations. I forgive me, I didn't ask. Red Cross, nurses, doctors.
Oh yes, we have draft up letters to send to the Red Cross, so we hoping to have them on the ground as well.
Okay, that's because...
And the health, you know, they usually go to these type of events where they do blood tests and stuff like that. So we are trying to get those as well to participate.
They also go to check food handlers permit.
Yes.
That is very
actually, the vendors who selling food, they are not allowed to come on the ground actually to register unless they present their food handlers permit.
But it's wonderful. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
And I wish you guys all the best. And like I say, I might have a problem which one of my lady friends to invite. Whether the two from up St. Peter's, the one from Nevis, the one from overseas.
Bring one in the day and one in the evening.
I think I'll hire you as my strategist. But thanks a lot. We enjoyed. I enjoyed having you here, and it's a wonderful experience. And we wish you tremendous success for your event, not only this year, but in future as well. Best wishes, and be safe and healthy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're listening to WinFM 98.9 Island T, and we've just had the Department of Agriculture in studio. Stick and stay. Don't go away. We are going to take a break, press some bills, and we will be right back in a bit.
Found the sound 99.9 WinFM.
You're listening to winnfm 98.9. The time is now 9:41. And boy, time flies when you're having fun. We're going up until 10 o'clock. So we have the opportunity to take a call or two. Who knows, maybe 3. And we've had some interesting discussions this morning. And the bulk of the conversation has been about the SSZ. That is a topic I don't believe that is going to go away at any time soon. And I am thinking it's a troubling topic. I don't know if I could say a vexing topic. I am getting the impression enough education wasn't done on it. And the little education that has been done, it should have been done long before agreements and contracts were made and signed up. And could that be considered a disrespect to our people? I don't know. Let us hear your views. Call in and see how you think about it. Is there enough transparency in this project? And with the developers trying to encourage persons to, I would say, agree on it, because if you're going to give every division 100 US until the 5% kicks in, and 10,000 people in Nevis, and everybody getting $10, that is like what, 1 million US per month? And that's not any little bit of money. And obviously, them having to do that, it would be, they're spending that money, it would be because they, of course, have an opportunity for greater revenues. Let us go to the ad that I just.
Itchy palms? That's a sign. Money could be coming your way with Scratch and Win from Caribbean Lottery. It's the easiest way to win instantly. No waiting, no fuss. With tickets starting from just $2 up to $20. Win over $35 million in prizes. The higher the price, the bigger the prize. So scratch today for your chance to win up to $200,000. Available at Caribbean Lottery agents island-wide. Must be 21 years and older to play.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I come in Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's Earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are any exit. Stairs might broke up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
This message is sponsored by the Australian Government, AusAid, and produced by NEMA in collaboration with WinFM.
Unlock the secrets to a healthier you. Join Dr. Natalie Osborne every Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. on WinFM 98.9 for Weekly Dose. During this 30-minute health discussion, we aim to educate and empower our listeners on the prevention of diseases, early diagnosis, and timely intervention. Don't miss out on this informative health talk where we teach you to live your best life. Weekly Dose, Tuesdays on WinFM 98.9.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I come in Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's Earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are any exit. Stairs might broke up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on.
This message is sponsored by the Australian Government, AusAid, and produced by NEMA in collaboration with WinFM.
Heritage matters to me. Heritage matters to you. Join me, Percival Hanley, this coming Friday and every other Friday at 10 a.m. to 12 noon for Heritage Matters on Win Media SKN 98.9. Heritage matters to me. Heritage matters to you.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all.
More than 42 million cars from 19 different car companies are being recalled for faulty airbag inflators. Repairs are fast, easy, and free. The problem isn't with the airbag, it's with the airbag inflator. Because the inflator can rupture, shooting shrapnel through the airbag, which can cause serious injury or even death. Don't risk it, fix it.
Please contact TDC Automotive Division to find out if your Toyota vehicle is affected by the Takata airbag recall. Visit or call us at 465-2511 in St. Kitts or 469-5430 in Nevis.
Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it. Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it.
You can dunk it, you lick it, you taste it, you spin it, you twist it, you can mix them all together. It don't get any better. You can dunk it, you lick it, you taste it, you spin it, you twist it, you can mix them all together. It don't get any better. Anytime, whatever time. It's tea time. Whatever time. It's tea time. Snack on a delicious tea time biscuit anytime. It's tea time.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Welcome back to Island Tea here at WinFM 98.9. Wow, we have just 11 and a half minutes to go. That's a lot of time. We could take 1 to 3. Maybe we could squeeze in 4 calls, 30 seconds or thereabout. So please feel free to call us. I was coming in this morning and I saw, was it three tourist ships in? Yesterday, I can't remember how many I saw yesterday. I think the day before I saw 4. And that has been something wonderful, the number of ships coming in so far for the year. A few years back, we would have touched 1 million, I think it was, cruise visitors. And I think we did that 2 successive years. Are we going to reach there? And how soon do you think that will happen? And we are going to be a hub for a tourist ship. I like that idea because I think right now for you to get a cruise, you have to go to Miami, Guadeloupe, or somewhere about the place. But once I forgot the name that it is, when people will actually come to St. Kitts to start their cruise and it will end in St. Kitts. So rather than going to Miami to buy a ticket or going Guadeloupe, they'll have to buy a ticket to come to St. Kitts here, pick up their cruise line here for their little cruise, and then they move off throughout. I'm yet to be on a cruise, and I would like the Lord to help me to go on one. And I would like it to be non-Caribbean because I think I've been to just about all, if not all, Caribbean. Maybe go down the Mexico and into the Central America, South America area and get part of the action. But hey, I don't know if you would have picked up and realized that we have partial visa-free access to Canada. I'm looking at an article and it was posted on another radio station that says SKN regains partial visa-free access to Canada. It's dated the 12th of March today. Progress in diplomatic engagement between St. Kitts and the Nevis and Canada has resulted in the partial restoration of visa-free access for citizens of the Federation, signaling renewed international confidence in the country's governance and reform agenda. The advancement forms part of a broader diplomatic and policy effort undertaken by the government to strengthen the integrity of the Federation's institutions, particularly the Citizenship by Investment or CBI program, and to safeguard the global reputation of St. Kitts and Nevis passport. Speaking during his recent roundtable engagement with members of the media, Prime Minister Terence Drew highlighted the progress achieved in restoring important travel privileges for the citizens of the Federation. I quote, "The other matter that we worked on when I got in was with respect to the visa-free access to Canada. We had been told that there was no visa-free access, but now we have partial free access." End of quote. Prime Minister Drew emphasized that this progress reflects the deliberate work undertaken by the government to improve governance and strengthen international confidence in the Federation. And this is something good. I remember the days when you could have gone, booked a ticket with a travel airline and head up to the airport and head on over to Canada. I've been to Canada, 3 times, 4 times? And all of it was actually training when I worked at Cantel, as a telephone technician. A wonderful place, clean, and it's just it's just wonderful. I remember the first time I went, this lady, she was taking us around, and she said, well, it was a Sunday, I think it was, and she said she's just going around the corner by a friend of hers. She's having a Sunday afternoon barbecue. 2 hours 2 hours later, we were still driving. That certainly wasn't my idea of round the corner, because I'm coming from St. Kitts, and in 2 hours, I could probably drive around St. Kitts maybe 1.5, 2 times. So to hear around the corner, I was expecting 15 minutes, half an hour, maybe 3/4 of an hour. And when I asked, well, you said around the corner? She said, yes, and how long we go? We have another half an hour to go. And I can't forget that. That was interesting. And but that visa-free access, I think we take these things for granted. Just being able to buy a ticket and go to a country, and with all the challenges countries are having, persons coming in illegally, persons coming in legally and overstaying, all the countries have the right to secure their borders. And when it comes to the passport and the passport index, that is a key thing. And I remember when our passport was threatened, because if I'm remembering correctly, some critical line was removed from it. Was it the place of birth, country of birth? I couldn't understand why, but it was later reinstated after visa-free had been taken away from us. And it goes back to what we're saying. And I don't want to sound political, but I think it's time our politicians, I don't want to use the word taking advantage of us, but give us the full story. Be transparent with us. And like I did say earlier, I don't like when persons insult my intelligence. I'm not the brightest in the world, but I'm not the dunces as well. But when you have a certain level of understanding and interpretation, for you to be told a 3 is an E or a 6 is a 9 or something like that, a 9 is a 6, it's not a good thing. And to me, that hampers the development of the country, because some persons are just going to get turned off and they're not going to try to contribute anything, not even at the community level. But when persons feel that they are valued, they have worth, they will come forward and make contributions, especially at the community level, which will then build up to the national situation, the national arena. Some persons, they're not involved in sport, they've withdrawn themselves, justifiably so or not, I don't know, but a small population, we want everybody, we want to maximize the efforts and benefits of everybody, have them involved in nation building. So everyone could contribute. And so when I'm 110, 120 playing with my great-grandchildren, I could say, well, yes, I contributed to this little thing, and I'm encouraging you to do your part. So when you are 110 like me, you could tell your great-grandchildren or your great-great-great-grandchildren that these are the ways I contributed to nation building. It's not easy. Somebody has to do it. And how does the saying go? There was a job that anybody could have done, and anybody thought somebody would have done it, but no, in the end, nobody did it. I have to bring up that. But anyway, guess what? I was hoping that we would have gotten a call or two, and it is now going away time. And as the song says, hey, it's crying time, I'm gonna leave you. I like singing. I wish I could have sing. But it was nice being here with you, ladies and gentlemen, on Island Tea. We thank those who listened and particularly those who called. We really appreciate you being here with us. We ask you to join us again tomorrow morning, God's Spear, at 8 a.m. when Hortensia, she is going to be in the house, live and lively. And we're going to have some interesting topics for you. And we solicit your involvement. So stick and stay. Continue to listen to WinFM 98.9 as we resume with our regular programming. Thank you for listening.